recycling a poem I wrote for Tim for his 40th birthday. We've been together for 11 years now, married for 7.
Lucky 7.
Yeah. And I wrote.
I'm not itching, but she is.
Anyway, at the time I didn't feel confident enough to read it out at Tim's party. We'd only been together for about 8 months at that stage. I did read it out to you afterwards and to your sister and to Roll, who aren't with us anymore. So I'm recycling it with a little bit of a addendum. This is a poem for my friend Tim, written really on a bit of a whim. You see, he's been on this planet for 40 years, and for this reason feels close to tears. The same 10 years later. So, I don't know much about Tim's history, and what he's told me is a bit of a mystery. So I've pulled together where I can tidbits of information about this young man. Born from the womb of a mother called Nan, into the world came this gentle lamb. An early start he made his entry, a little early he made his entry on the 28th of March 1960. I wrote these sort of rhymes. Blue-eyed is the word used to describe this boy, for he seemed to impart so much joy. And even being fed a flying ant wasn't enough to quell this child saint. Just one of the childhood stories. A little accident with a bicycle brake after almost nearly became a tragic mistake. But through his childhood he came relatively unscathed and in time turned out to be quite a knave. A true blue wholesome Zimbo was raised, feldschoon and shorts being part of the craze. Fishing and hunting combined with small town life helped to keep at bay too much strife. I'm not going to detail his life in the bush, war memories sometimes need to be shush, but character building is a way to describe the times that he had to duck and dive. Carefree varsity years followed, and in a Ferrari of the 80s he wallowed. Suburban bliss was not to be missed, and his days were rainbow-filled and sunlight-kissed. A varied and international existence he subsequently had, with times that have been both happy and sad. For all the seasons of life he has certainly enjoyed, from clear sunny days to times that it's poured. But a rich, full life nonetheless, of this fact no one can contest. A good, kind soul always shines through, no matter the challenge, even when he's been blue. A little now, about the time I've known Tim, we met over red wine at my favourite pizza inn. My job was to show him a good time, but boy did I struggle to keep him in line. Tequila body shots were his introduction to me and my friends. What a ruction. But he did his best and passed the test at the detriment of many a female's breast.
We didn't hear about that.
A variety of activities have followed, starting with lazy Zambezi days where we mellowed, after an extremely long, frustrating wait to enter through Zimbabwe's gate. A skiing holiday filled with fun followed the Millennium Christmas coastal sun. Tim's morning mantra, I'm here to ski, not to drink, kept the rest of the crew tickled pink. That was the trip we met you guys on. For off the slopes, this lookalike llama would come. You'd have to be there, having slid down the off-piste blacks on his bum. And while the rest of us sipped our afternoon tea, Tim was the first to open his Heineken with glee. Sports-wise, he can be quite a menace, and he continues to try his best at tennis. However, his golfing skills leave much to be desired, unless it's a shot at my mother that he's fired.
That's recorded, eh?
Yeah. There was also a time Tim wished he was in heaven. That was when he cycled the 94.7. However, the Argus has become a breeze, perhaps because he's cycling next to his favourite seas. Now, in the kitchen, it's become the norm for this talented man to cook up a storm. Those who have tasted his culinary delights know not to respond to a dinner invite with fright. Enough now about his talent said, except for the fact that he's really good in bed.
Okay.
But seriously, I wish you well for the year ahead and hope that it stands you in good stead. And so a toast to you, Tim, I'd like to make, as you've become a very special mate. A beautiful person both inside and out. About this fact, I think we can shout. This is 2000. So, just reading. 2000. So, no more poems, just a quick synopsis on the next 10 years. It won't be so long. What comes to mind? I think about the excitement and the flutterings of new love and new beginnings. My first marriage in the early 2000s. Tim's second marriage, but to the wife that he loves the best. Buying the first house that he's ever owned at the age of 42. Here we are. So, and of course, Megan, the greatest blessing in our life, in many ways. Lots of fun travel, skiing, trips to Zim, UK, France, while he was working for gold mine. Otter Trail, Namibia, Botswana, Kruger Park. We definitely share a love for the bush. We do not share a love for hunting. Morgan Bay, and many more holidays to come. Annual Argus cycle races, which keep him slim and trim. Lots of sport, as Dave said. Tennis, squash, golf, say no more. But testament to his character, he keeps trying, which is great. Love for animals, our many cats that we've had and his many dogs over the years. His career, a bumpy ride, certainly since we've met. I sort of asked him the other night whether he feels, have I poxed him in some way over the last 10 years. Some good, some great, some pretty shitty times. Character building aspect of our life, I think we're rich in many, many other ways, and life goes in ups and downs. We'll see where that leads us. He commuted to Welcome almost weekly for the first 3 years of our marriage, some of you might know. And now those were interesting times, but also very beneficial in many ways. So, Megan, definitely the greatest addition to our lives, a very wanted and welcome baby, and we are having a lot of fun. Our lives have changed in the best possible ways, although we sometimes might look a bit haggard for it, being mature parents. But Tim, you are the best dad, in my opinion. So hands-on, very involved, and a great support to me. I wouldn't have survived without you. So lots of lovely memories are being made, and many more to look forward to. We're blessed by friends, families, and circumstances, and are grateful for this. And our lives are very rich in many ways. So happy birthday, and here's to a great year.